Katya, if you can put on your list, remind me to talk to you about LinkedIn
Okay,
and
you got it.
Facebook groups.
Okay.
Remind me of that. And then Blake, remind me, I want to talk to you about statistics. We are live stream. Okay, super excited. So we want to make sure if you guys have deals that you're ready to bring them up. And again, we working with uh, the buy box of different people who have come in here looking for that. I'm thinking that we need to put together maybe a buy box spreadsheet so you all can reference that and find,
Mm,
do your deal hunting with that. Maybe that might
that would
help.
be handy.
Okay. Good morning, Michael. Glad you're here.
Hello. How's everybody
Great.
doing? I made a great week, I
Awesome.
hope.
Yes, have an amazing week. Um, so yeah, so who has, because Katya, I know you're working, Blake, Katya, I know you got several deals you're working on. So do you have updates that we can jump into and keep moving all the fun balls forward?
I need to kick up my gear a little bit when it comes to persistence. So because I hate sitting around waiting for emails to respond or for
Yeah,
people to respond
100%.
to emails.
Yep.
And I've already sent 3 emails to Craig and Sean, the people that we talked to on Friday. And it's like a follow-up email. Thank you so much for the call. And then an email on Monday, and then an email yesterday, and still no response. So I think today I'm going to ask Deal Hunter to just find their contact information, like maybe a phone number, so that I can literally call them and be like, hey, I sent you so many emails. Like, I would love to get the video and kind of get things going forward.
Right.
Because it's a little bit too dragged on, however you say that.
100%. Yeah, no, no, no. It's absolutely like I've literally been making hundreds of phone calls, texts, emails in this past week to, get a deal done. And again, people have their lives and things, and the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? So it grit, determination, perseverance, that's what it comes down to.
And I've
Like,
always had an issue. Like, I feel like I have such a huge fear of being pushy, but you can
awesome.
also frame it as being persistent,
Yeah.
and being motivated. So I have
Yeah.
to make that mindset switch and just be a little bit more annoying.
So, well, hold on. So can I give you a context shift?
Yes.
So here's some coaching. Here's Catherine coaching. Here you go. Everybody take notes. So he or she who is the most certain wins. Like, we're doing this deal. I am absolutely certain we are going to get this deal done. So we're working on this Cortez project, and so many things have gone sideways, but I am so certain we're going to get this deal done that even though the lender that they had set up fell down and bumped their head, like I was able to bring another lender to the table to get the deal done because I am the most certain. Everybody else can say whatever they want to say. Other people don't believe I can get it done and whatever, have said nasty things, but I'm so certain we're going to get the deal done. So like that's what drives me, right? And it's not about me being annoying or, whatever. I am the most certain, which means I am going to be the one who's the most in communication. So literally, if I had to track the like amount of text messages, I'm like, did you send the email? Did you get the email? Did you send the email? Did you get the email? Like literally, like that is me every 30 minutes. Where's the email? I didn't get it. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Like, and that's what's getting this deal done and over the finish line. Does that make
Okay.
sense? Am
Yeah,
I
it
being
does make sense.
annoying? You can call it whatever you want to call it. I choose to call it certain. We're going to get this deal done. So you can either come willingly or, I don't know, I'll drag you by the hair. I don't care. We're going to get this deal done. You
Ow,
can call
ow,
it whatever
ow.
you want.
Okay, okay, that helps a lot in that shift.
So here's another thing you can think of, Katya, is what I like to do is I like to become somebody else in my head because who I am as a person You know, like I've told you before, good people don't think bad thoughts. Um, but what I end up doing is I have plenty of examples in my life where somebody went what I call uh, Hulk mode. You know who the Incredible Hulk is, right? Right. So the moral of the story is that he only turns into the big green monster when bad people are around, right? And so I call it Hulk mode because when I was growing up as a kid, that was the TV show. And you go Hulk mode on people who, you need to go Hulk mode on. Doesn't mean become destructive. It means become somebody else, right? So in a situation where, like, for example, I have to go collect money and do asset recovery. In my head, remember how my uncle talked. I remember how my uncle acted. And to Catherine's point, he was most sure. He was sure he was going to get the money that day. He didn't care what your excuses were, who was in the hospital. Like you owed him money and he was going to get it. And so you had to pay it. And that's just how he handled business. Me doing that, I do. When people owe me money, I immediately take on the Hulk mode of my uncle and just carry myself in that way, which, you know, many times people will get screwed on a deal and not get into another deal. And that's understandable. But when I realized that I'm really good at getting out of bad deals, I started getting bad deals given to me that I could get through, if you know what I mean. Once I accepted who I was, I'm good at getting through bad deals. Like Catherine and me and Roman just went down and looked at this one job that we took on. I'm running it from my house with the homeowner because they don't have the money to pay the $55,000 it would take for us to fix it. So I'm working a deal out with them where they're paying like $30,000 to get it fixed. And it's a nightmare, isn't it, Catherine?
It's some fun videos.
Mm,
Is it
right?
is it the septic tank
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
yeah? Okay. I just posted a
Some
video
fun
about
videos.
that yesterday.
So I love that you said this, Tommy, because I totally forgot about this forever ago when I was literally being trained to smile and dial, so to speak. Literally shifting into being a different persona. So I did this and we ended up training a bunch of people having amazing success. So we took on the persona of who would you answer the phone for? Like that you would like, oh my God, this person's calling and like stop talking. I need to talk to this person. And so I would take on people like Sarah Blakely or Oprah Winfrey or like Jamie Kern Lima, like any, you know what I mean? Like I would take on those personalities. Like if those numbers popped up, wouldn't you be like, hold on, I gotta get this call, right? And I would take that on. And funny enough, my success rate inside of people actually responding to me went through the roof because there's something vibrationally that happens in the universe when, and again, like we're getting into the whole woo-woo thing, but vibrationally, when we raise our vibration to be at that level of however that person is vibrating, literally somehow, I don't know, again, you can ask some scientists this, but how it works in the cosmos literally is the vibration goes out there and people respond accordingly. So
Well,
it's
it's
a
all,
whole other
yeah,
thing.
So the energy is very, or I guess your intention,
yeah.
which produces an energy, is very important.
Yeah. So
Yep,
she who is the
absolutely.
most certain wins.
Okay. That's
Absolutely.
going to be the quote of the day.
The
Yeah,
quote.
and
I'm
that's
gonna
a
write a
good
book
point,
on this.
Katya. That's that place of like, and we've all been there, that you said intentionality, right? When you're making that call, you're like, don't answer, don't answer, don't answer, don't answer. They're not going to answer, right? But when you're like, oh my God, I totally want to talk to you. Come on, come on, come on, come on. People will answer. Now, is that true all the time? No, as circumstances happen, but more often than not with that intentionality of,
So here's what's really interesting about taking this on, and I just heard something that I just connected the dots on. Because I created this decades ago for myself, literally when I call, people intentionally will stop their meeting to take my call and they'll tell me that. And they'll be like, Catherine's calling, we respond, go. Like, because that's how I've set up the listening. Like, because I'm not going to waste people's time. We're going to get stuff done and we're going to go, but you need to answer your phone and you need to like do the thing now. Right. But I set up that listening and who I was being about it. So I'm unapologetic. I do not apologize for this. I'm very excited about it. And either you're in or you're out, but you choose, right? So you get to
That's such an
decide.
empowered attitude.
Yeah, like let's go.
Okay.
And I'm really clear. People are really clear that when I call, we're going to do some amazing stuff. So let's go. Like, yeah. We can talk about the pleasantries and, I can like and love you and la 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 la. That's all awesome. And we're going to do some cool things. But we need to go. Right? So
Okay.
have that be
Deal.
Katya. Let's go. Let's get
Okay.
the deal done.
So I got a deal up that we're ready to look at when you're,
And Katya and Blake, make sure you have your deals ready to go because we want to get through these expeditiously. Okay,
Sounds
perfect.
good. And then I also just posted all the links in the chat. So if you could open those up, like, share, comment, and do all the fantastic things, that would be wonderful.
we're going to
Amazing.
actually, we're going to have a meeting later today, but I kind of want to make this announcement now. We're going to stop doing Zoom calls. We're going to go only to TikTok live. So everyone's going to have a TikTok account. And we have a way of moderating those calls. But it's way easier for people to see us and interact with us with a couple room moderators, people handling the chat because the chat flows a lot faster over on TikTok Live. Um, but we're going to talk about that transition. And we're going to reserve Zoom calls strictly for the webinars. So our educational webinars where people have to register, they have to be vetted, like, because when people come in here and they're just like deal dumping, you guys know what deal dumping is. Even sharks won't eat the brown fish, right? So don't come in here and shoot us. Don't shoot on us in here and then expect us to give you money and find you funding, blah blah blah, right? So that's why we want people in here that are vetted, like Katya and Michael and Amor when she comes in, and all these people, they got good deals to run. It's valuable, and we want to get into that stuff. So this morning I used Deal Hunter yesterday on. I'm looking at buying a dumpster rental business. So there's a guy on Facebook Marketplace selling dumpsters for rent. These dumpsters are used typically for garage cleanouts and stuff like that. Fix and flippers use them a lot to fix stuff up. Landlord use them to kick people out. So there's a marketplace for them, and they're pretty. It's a pretty stout business. So what we're looking at is that the initial equipment package was 75,000. What I did was I had the conversation when I told it to give me a spreadsheet, and this is what it came up with. It labels out like everything that's here, like everything I told it. It's putting numbers to it. These are all assumptions. I validated these numbers, like labor hours per rental, 2 hours, like an hour to drive there, drop it, and drive back. Labor cost per hour, $25 an hour. Maintenance reserve for per rental, $20. Like it literally went through fine tooth comb and did a cost segregation of every single thing it's going to be to do this, right? So laying it out shows that what we'd need cash to close would be about 21,000. We'd finance. Here's the key. Finance $123,250, right? So if I wanted to actually get it to do more than that, like do the whole thing, 150K, the debt service would go up probably go to just a flat $3,000 a month. So if I borrowed 150 and I'm paying a month 3,000, that's 36,000 a year, right? So if you invested 150, let me back this up a minute so people understand what we're trying to do now. If I borrowed 145,000 from a bank and I paid that bank 3,000 a month to use that 150,000, at that point I'm going to pay back that 150,000 pretty quick, right? Because it's $36,000 a year. So it'd take me about 5 years to pay that 150,000 back. Does that make sense? Thumbs up.
Yep, totally makes sense.
So with an investor who gives me 150,000, I can pay that investor $3,000 a month, 36,000 a year instead of a bank. And what does that look like? Well, what that looks like is based on the rental amounts. You can see here at the minimum for me to break even to pay the bills, I have to rent a minimum of 26 times a month for that minimum price. But if I drop down here to the going rate price, I am going to only need to rent 8 times a month. I'm buying, by the way, I'm buying 8 dumpsters and 2 trailers included in this business, right? So I said, give me this model as to what our profit margin looks like. And you can see over here. If I do the base rental and I do like overage on tonnage, meaning like if I basically rent them the dumpster, they fill it up. They're allowed 2 tons of weight. I pick it up, I take it to the dump, I dump it, and if it was over 2 tons, I charge them $100 a ton over. And the reason is because I pay $45 to $55 a ton at the dump, right? So I'm losing money if I don't do that. So it goes through it, line itemed everything out. It shows here that based on that number up there, the break even rental per month is 11, right? And so the break even rental dumpster per dumpster a month, meaning like each dumpster has to rent at least 1.5 times to break even, right? And that gives us that gross margin of 44%. So when I look at the monthly model of this, growing it out cumulatively, we look at it and see that it loses money all the way to about year 3, right? Where is that? Right there. It won't highlight that line. Darn it. Right here. What line is that? 34. So at line 34, that's basically 30 months, 31 months, 2.5 years in, we're going to break even. If we do the minimums, right? That's what we're doing. It's the minimums, slow growth. We go from 1.4 all the way up to a 2.6 monthly rentals. We're going
So
from
can I ask a question?
11 to 41. Go ahead.
So is that price per day?
The price is per week.
Per week.
Okay. Right? If our base rent is 412, that's a per week price.
Okay, so if
Per week
we
per
rented
unit.
it 3 weeks a month, then it accelerates it, right?
Oh yeah. It goes up a lot. 3 weeks is down here. We don't even get there in the 5-month pro forma we built out. But at year 5, we're netting because we've paid off our debt. Our debt's gone. And when we paid off our debt, now we're up in the $261,000 mark. And we've increased our number of units. We went from 11 to 62.
Got it, because we're buying more.
Right. And we increased our price to 463.
Okay.
Right. Scaling it out, this will be a $260,000 company in 5 years. If we raise the debt, if we raise the capital as debt for investors instead of debt to a bank, because here's your debt service right here, goes all the way down. So 25.29 every month for 6 years or 5 years.
Okay.
Right. So here's an annual summary, breaking it out to the 5 years. We go from 8 units to 24 units. And so the simple payback is we'll be negative 125% the first year. We'll be positive 85% the next year and fully paid back third year with a cash on cash versus I think that's a simple payback. This says cash on cash versus initial cash. So your cash on cash versus initial cash percentage It breakdowns right there, right? So your exit valuation, if we came into this with 145,000, the net proceeds before taxes and selling costs is 567. So that difference in value comes out, somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 something, right? And then you pay your investors back when you refinance it through an SBA loan, because that's why we're looking at this in this fashion. Is because we need 5 years of business in order to qualify for an SBA 7A loan.
Now, it was an LLC that is already existing. Do we get to use any of their previous numbers?
They don't have any. They started the company. They started the company in 2020, but they bought the assets in 2023, brand new. They used a government program because one of their partners was a veteran, and as a veteran, he was able to qualify for like no money loan, whatever. And he got this great deal on this equipment that they literally used less than 50 times probably.
Oh.
So they have a 5-year bank account. They have a 5-year EIN number. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because that's valuable stuff, right?
Right.
Having an EIN and having a,
So I just want to get clear, Blake and Katya, do you understand that the value of purchasing an LLC already existing versus starting a new one? And if you don't, this is a perfect opportunity. So that's why this is a coaching teachable moment. So let us know. If you already understand this, then awesome.
I think I
If
have a
not,
pretty,
awesome.
oh, sorry. I think I have a pretty good grasp of the benefits because you kind of get to continue on with the momentum. So, but it's so interesting to me how you can purchase businesses like that. Like I always thought that you had to start it from scratch.
Right.
So it's really good to know that you can purchase businesses and then you can modernize it, add AI, reconstruct the inner workings to just make it newer and better and more effective.
Well, and it's more cost effective and a way less heavier lift to purchase and acquire an already existing business than it is to start yours ground up. Because typically they should have some Michael, go ahead.
I'll listen to you, Catherine. Quick question. I for a second look away. Did you talk about if you're buying the are you concerned about past excuse me, any past papers revenue at the
I didn't hear anything you said. Maybe turn off your video and maybe the audio will come through clear.
Okay. Is that better? Hopefully.
Yes.
yeah,
Now it's better.
sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Thank you. What I was saying was, Tommy, and I may have missed, and I apologize. Buying an LLC, are you concerned about, past debts for that company, that LLC, and the encumbrances? Obviously, I know you do your due diligence, but that is a concern, correct?
Yeah, we always do a background check on the previous owners. That when we do our due diligence, they have to send us who their managers and operators are, and anyone affiliated with the company. And we also have to be able to take over the bank account. If we're unable to take over the bank account because they've gotten some issue, that's 100% of a red flag that we won't even pay a dollar for the company.
So, yeah, great question. So, some of the benefits, let's just go through the benefits of buying an already existing company. So, they typically have a customer base, right? So people already know who they are and clients that we can keep going back to. That's one. They typically have some sort of infrastructure already built out that, to your point, Katya, we could probably improve and make better. They typically have some sort of marketing that they've been doing and in that area. So And the LLC, having it be seasoned, allows for funding to actually happen sooner. And especially if they have revenue, because the revenue allows for the funding to happen sooner because it's also seasoned through the LLC. Does that make sense? So those are just a few of the benefits.
Yeah. So again, like making sure that the company is legitimate is the due diligence part. We do that by checking, and I'll take you real quickly so you can see how easy it is for us here in Arizona. Um, I will go to the azcc.gov website, and this is where all of the companies in the state have to register. Is the Arizona Corporation Commission. Um, Inside of the business services, we can search for a business like that, and they're called the Junk Bros. It wants to make sure I'm a human being, so 56 UUP 6. And so Junk Bros Junk Removal LLC. Um, I have Junk Bros LLC and Junk Bros and More LLC. And so these guys are an Anthem. I know that. So um, it looks like all the other ones are active as well. So I can actually, I'll get into it later. Whoever's got the oldest company of those, this one started in 2023. Okay. Um, it's still 3 years old, which is important because you need 2 years of seasoned business in order to qualify for grants, in order to qualify for nonprofit money, in order to qualify for government contracts. Like we could do government contracts where we leave these dumpsters at campgrounds or parking areas in nature where people can fill them up with their shit instead of trashing out the park where we're going hiking. What is that doing if I have my name on the side of that company or on the side of that dumpster? Free advertising.
Free advertising.
Yeah. So that free advertising helps people that are back in town want to buy my stuff. Plus, I'm able to charge the government every time I go out there and dump. I can say this came from this area and submit my bid for repayment. So those are just ways of doing stuff. Anyway, these guys here, they've got 3 owners: Cole, Zach, Michael, and basically they have this articles of amendment approved. I can see what they did by clicking on it. And inside of here, they made a statute. They got the statutory agent. They probably added all those people. The articles amendment was adding Zach. So Zach was added in 2025. So right there. So in order for us to take this over, we would fill out another one of these. We would remove Zach and Michael and Cole, and we would place myself, Titan Impact Group, and our sponsor. Like on this one, it'll probably be Imperium Construction. So, but that is some of the steps to going through and getting businesses. Now to back out here, I think that's where I was at, was Junk Bros. Let's go check out the other guys, because if they're getting contracts in the name of our company, if we applied for a contract, we could go do the work, they could get the check, we could get screwed out of that money. So we're going to look here at, we were in 2023. This one might be before ours. Junk Bros Junk Removal LLC. Formation date 2025. So we're safe there. So we can actually go after him for infringement. Make him change his name if we wanted to. Unless this guy had, come on now. Does everybody understand why I might want to make these guys change their name if we've had it the longest? We got to get rid of the copycats.
Yeah.
Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Yep.
So this fancy guy started in 2026. So they get served with cease and desist, and they get served with stop using our stuff. The only way they get around it is this part right here: welding, painting, commercial, residential, pressure washing, refurbished furniture. So this is kind of where they get around it, is that if we're not registered in the same character of business, they can call themselves what they want. But at the same time, I just want there to be a record that they are not affiliated with us, and we ask them to stop doing business in our name. Whether or not we do something about it, completely irrelevant. Because at the end of the day, the bank has to take our name the way that we print it, and they can take the other name however they want that way. And that's just how it works. So anyway, back over here, it went through and showed how we can do some work out there with the contractors and the homeowners and get the value of this company up to about $1.2 million in that 5-year time frame. I readjusted the asking price. It shows here that if we can get to a $300,000 EBITDA, that alone would bring us an exit value at a 4x multiplier, an exit value of 1.2, right? So Katya's got that quit talking Spanish look on your face.
I need to go back and review it. I have this like notepad that I write stuff down in, and I have so many EBITDA and stuff that I have to go back and look for.
Expenses before taxes, insurance, depreciation, and amortization. So
Okay.
whatever the expenses are before all the bullshit, basically, is how I remember it. Right? And then you take that number of expenses and multiply it by 2x or 3x or 4x, and that helps value the company because you're valuing the company on its ability to make a certain amount of money each year, an income, right? And so if your expenses, what I call gross expenses, are $300,000 a year, your value is about 1.2 on a 4x multiplier.
Okay,
Blake,
understood.
Blake, you look confused.
No, I'm all good. I was just putting in a prompt real quick for a property. So I was just thinking about what to type.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
I'm hearing
So
this though.
update us. I'm going to quit sharing. Update us on what's going on in Oklahoma.
So I saw the text that we had between Tracy, yourself, and me, and I know that Tracy's going to go check out the property on Monday at 11 a.m. her time. So
Gonna
that
do
should
some
actually,
videos on it.
yes. And I think that actually will start at 9 a.m. our time. So I don't know if we want to do that on Landshark or we're just going to wait until she's going to send videos afterwards.
Yeah,
But I
no,
know
I
that's
think
the
that'd be
latest that
great.
we have currently.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Having Tracy go out there and do it while on Landshark. Um, so all right, who's sharing?
If Blake has a property, he's more than welcome to go. I have one, but as I'm deeper diving, it's nah. So,
I
but
like
I
nah.
can.
I like nah. Pull nah.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody's always like, oh, real estate's always so cool. It's so cool. Everybody, you can do every deal. Like no money down. Nobody has to spend any money. We just do deals all day long, and nobody spends their own money ever. So I like showing people that real estate's real. Like it
It's
ain't.
kind of, can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit too expensive, and I'm curious as to what their logic is when selling the space to make it that expensive. Hold on, let me find it. I need to organize my tabs, guys. This is crazy. So this is the plot of land right
Okay.
here. And it's 2 acres. And you can tell that they kind of flattened it out a little bit, or they did something on there with the dirt
Yep.
and some trees. And so there's also planning and zoning documents, and the price is 3.6 for 2 acres.
Right.
And so I put it into Deal Hunter because I was curious about it. And it says a conditional go only at so you're buying $1.85 million per acre. And that's too expensive for generic strip, retail, office, or speculative land banking. So it only works if you monetize the site as high credit, auto-oriented pad development or sell ground lease to an owner user. So I have no idea what high credit, auto-oriented pad development means.
High credit. So when they say a high credit auto-oriented pad development, they mean Chevy dealership. They mean, and on that site, it would be most likely good for a, what's the vending machine, Carvana?
Oh, Carvana,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. If
Oh, that
you
makes
build a
sense.
Carvana there, that would work. But it looks like it's in a pretty downtrodden. What's the neighbor? Who's the neighbor right there?
That could be
Apartments?
no. This
That one.
this looks like
Hotel.
sort of hotel or motel.
Got it.
This as well.
Yep.
This is just like storage. And
Right.
then this also looks like a private community. Like this looks like a house, 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 house,
Right. Right. Right.
house, house. Um, and then a fast food place.
And then that little junky thing out there in the front, that's just you got to figure out how to make the city knock that down.
What, right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, no, no. The little crack
Oh,
shack.
this?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That looks like a crack shack.
What is it? Oh, so would that be their property or like what's the
I
deal
don't
with
know.
this? Uh-huh.
These are, it looks like these right here next door to that are like townhomes, right? Go zoom back in again. What the heck are those next to it? Is that a,
Right here?
yeah. It looks
Look
like
like
somebody's
houses.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Which is so
It looks
weird. I've
like
never seen
three,
like houses across
it
the
looks like
street.
three houses right there in a row,
Yeah.
right?
Well, so if there's a bunch of houses here, couldn't you th like just looking like this tiny plot is a whole house? So you could do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I mean, you could, but the issue is what does the zoning bring you or allow you to do,
Gotcha. So
right?
here it suggests that the highest and best use is multi-pad auto-oriented commercial campus. So,
And that being, like I said, um, you're going to be putting in you're going to want to put in a high credit, meaning like Starbucks.
okay,
You're going to want to put in a 3-minute car wash. You're going to want to put in a bank, right?
okay,
Those types of things. High credit,
gotcha. Okay.
right? Um,
So it says that the planning department supports a wide commercial use. So it says that office medical bank uses are permitted. Hotel and motel is permitted. A restaurant, drive-through, auto service, car wash, auto release, or related uses are all permitted based on that planning department document. But the land is it's more expensive per square foot than I'm used to seeing. And so the high credit is the only thing that'll make it worth it. Correct?
right.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes that worth anything. So,
Gotcha. Okay, well, it was interesting for me to, because it stood
Yeah.
out to me.
Yeah, no, I think it's a viable opportunity. Did you run it past where you're at?
No, so we can dictate.
Yeah, go ahead and tell it to go ahead. Okay, so based on what you're saying, let's go ahead and put the numbers together and come up with the economics for this deal to see where we would come out on it if we paid full purchase price. If not, let's get a qualified purchase price based on comps in the area. I do want to look at this as something that we could put like a national chain tire center at. We could put a regional food connoisseur there, like Filiberto's Tacos. We could then put also a coffee chain there from Black Rock to whatever's popular in that area, but not prevalent. So
Coffee
whether
Bean, Dutch Bros.
Dutch Bros, etc. But it would have to be a national coffee, a regional food, and a national auto service company, tires, brakes, oil changes, etc. So that's what this site would be good for. Put those metrics together. Tell us what the outcome would be.
And then I'd also be curious to ask about this back rectangle as to why that's not included.
Why it's
Right.
carved out.
Yeah.
Say that again?
Why it's carved out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right. That and the other thing we could do is force an easement. See how the road comes all the way down? We can make
This
them cut
this road?
this is an alley right here. That is an easement. I'm praying that that's not a massive crack right there in the road, but you could literally have this be your ingress egress road, and you can start using it to bring people in and out through here off of the highway because you don't have very much room to do it. So you have to get them off that road right there. So you may have to build use this front piece of your property as what is called an egress, and you're going to build a turnoff lane to come in there,
Okay. Because you can
right?
see that there's this left
There
hand
is a
lane
turnoff
here.
lane. You see that right there?
There is for the
For the easement.
there is for the left,
Yeah,
for the rightbound lane or the northbound lanes, but the
right.
southbound lanes need to have a turn in as well, and you might use the front of that property to do it.
Smart.
So, and everybody would come up that side.
Yeah. Okay.
So, did everybody see the video that I put into? Um,
About
what's that?
the shark?
Yeah,
That was so funny.
you guys have to download that and put it out on your social medias.
Okay, sounds
Yeah, I think I saw
hilarious.
it on Facebook already too. You posted it too?
Yeah, post the heck out of it everywhere you go and put the website link.
Telegram. Welcome to the deal room. Get your deal ready for the Land Shark Mastermind.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Somebody needs to share that. That's hilarious.
Oh gosh,
Who's
let me.
playing that?
I share
That
it.
was
That's
me,
so
that was
funny.
me. But it was on my phone. I don't know how to
Oh,
transfer it.
Okay, I was like, I can.
Nope.
Nothing yet.
Blake, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Pull yours up.
All right, I have a mobile home park or I have an industrial warehouse.
nice.
The industrial warehouse is looking a little bit stronger, but I just want to bring up both. Which one would you rather look at?
The one that meets the criteria.
All right, warehouse it is. All right, so I was talking to it quite a lot and kind of a better understanding of it, but it's a warehouse in Georgia. So it's this one right here. The big thing about it is mainly it's just talking about the roofing. There's a lot of things that has to go over it, but it's 74,000 square feet. It's $1 million. So they're only asking $13 a square foot compared to other areas nearby where they're mainly asking for probably 60 to 70 for a square foot. So it has two other warehouses nearby it, and they both look to be closed as well. So I haven't found a listing for them, but it'll just be this one on the far right. So I ran it through Deal Hunter. It was saying it was a go, mainly just because it's at a lot lower of a square footage rate already, and it can ask for a leasing rate of $3 square foot. I've ran it through quite a bit, but essentially it just did some quick numbers. It has a it can do a triple net. And then going through, ran through a lot, but I can go down because I talked to it quite a bit. But ultimately, it talked about doing a contractor split throughout the entire warehouse where we can have hired kind of tenants inside of just renting out the entire warehouse. It was saying that would kind of give us a better ROI for our money. And it got a little bit creative with the financing, but nothing too much, just because it's saying it's a lower price. So do you want me to run through what it said in the beginning or go more towards the bottom once I kind of talk to it more?
No, go ahead, keep going down, like, show us what you asked it next and stuff. So commercial loan, seller financing, all that was mentioned. Master lease with option. So, uh, these are questions you can have with it, you know. So, the roof is shot, by the way. It's fucked.
Yeah.
Pardon the French. Um,
So could free estimates give you an estimate on how much it would be to redo the
Yeah.
roof?
yeah,
So could he take like a screenshot and put that into free estimates?
yeah, and this information right here.
Because I was looking at it in here, and this is from 2026, and it doesn't look like it on here, so I don't know when
That
those
is
photos were taken.
2026.
Yes, it says right here at the bottom.
They may have done some work on it then. So, but based on the pictures you showed from
Yeah,
from there, it was trash.
for sure. You can definitely
That's
tell.
trash. That to me is an issue. So,
And that was one thing it even mentioned about it as well. Mainly just about kind of the site because it's mainly just a warehouse. There's not much land on it. So,
right. Well, it's over an acre building. The building itself is over an acre large. It's
mhm.
almost 2 acres large.
Yeah.
Right. So you can definitely rent and lease it out. So, and on your lease and rent, like you're making all your money back off of renting it to one person, basically. When you rent it to one person, you're able to double your money.
hmm
And then if you did 4 leases out of that one building, you're making a crap ton of money.
Where is it located in Georgia?
Look like outside of it's in
It's in Statesboro,
is that
so
mid central?
it's a little bit eastern Georgia. So
Statesboro.
Statesboro is here, and then there's
Yeah, it's eastern.
so it's about it was saying it was 50 minutes from a port, a couple minutes from an airport nearby, but there
Yeah.
was a campus. I think South Georgia University was right nearby it. So I was just going through the numbers. The
It
numbers
is
seem
industrial
strong,
though.
but I just know, especially with the roof, that's going to definitely have some money. And that was even a big red flag that I talked about.
Right.
So I just talked to it a lot. Ultimately, it was just I did a feasibility study on different properties nearby and how much their rents were going. Let me see if I can find that. I sent a photo of the surrounding area. Pretty sure I asked it up here for the rents. At least I can get that real quick. Yeah, so right here, it was running through different properties nearby. So this is the one that we currently have. And then for different buildings, this would be the largest one compared, unless these two are larger than it. But for a lot of them, they're able to get 5, 11, 23, 5, 7, 10, and then 18 to 20. This would be a
Right.
larger building, so it would have to be lower, but the rents can definitely be up there. And then this is when I was just talking about trying to do either a single tenant, just a warehouse, or different bays, and how much we can get out of those. So then I was running those numbers for it,
Right.
and then just the different ROIs that can come out
And
depending
again,
on
like what is the you said it's Statesboro, Georgia?
correct.
If you go to Facebook Marketplace and look in Statesboro, Georgia for contractor condos,
Mm-hmm.
that's how you judge your market,
Okay.
right? So you can ask it right now inside your chat to do that. Go to Facebook Marketplace and do a scrape and search for any of the contractor style condos or any of these industrial bays that are fractionalized for contractors. Give me the prices that are being advertised on Facebook Marketplace as an indicator of what the market looks like down there in this area. And what is the local MSA? Do you know what the biggest area is right there? Go back to your
Um,
map.
yeah, let me see if I can find out.
So Statesboro is kind of like the MSA itself, but what is the bigger massive right there? Probably Savannah, I think.
Yeah, it looks like Savannah.
Yeah,
So
it's
between
definitely not
Savannah
Macon.
and Macon.
It's not make. What do you call it?
How do you pronounce that? Is it not Macon? Macon?
It rhymes with bacon.
Macon?
There
I'm
you
gonna
Bacon.
go.
call it. I'm calling it Macon from now on.
Macon.
I don't care
Balake
who you
calls
are.
it Macon, but Blake would call it
Amore, we've
bacon.
just changed this. We've just changed the old capital of Georgia from Macon, Georgia, to Macon, Georgia.
Macon.
Macon.
It is
Sound
now
like
Macon because Balake said so.
That's Balake said so. You're a good
So,
sport, Blake.
oh, always.
So,
All right.
yeah, it's going to take a while to think. Let it think. Kati, what you got?
Let me reshare.
Hurry up. You got 6 minutes.
Sorry.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Okay. Bottom line, the deal works only as a 3-pad ground lease tenant build strategy. So you can, so does that mean that Dutch Bros, like we already have to have a building built that Dutch Bros can go into,
Yep.
or does Dutch Bros build the building?
Yep. No, well, there's two ways to do it. You can get a franchisee to come in and pick that as the site they want their building built,
Mhm.
or you build the building as a footprint and say, okay, here you go, BlackRock. Because if you ever look, BlackRock, Dutch Bros, and Starbucks all have the same footprint. They
Okay.
all have the same footprint. They just have different, what's called different facades or different elevations. So the way their building looks on the outside is different than it is on the inside. The inside's always the same.
Okay.
So,
So then here are the full price economics.
right. And so going through it, you can see where you break even or you're gonna do good. So your pad value goes up to 7.7 from a total basis of 5.3. So your spread is a 2.4, right?
Okay, yes. I
So
see where you see that.
not quite a 40% deal, but ask it what the ROI would be.
Oh my gosh, total development costs.
Yeah,
Okay, it says nothing about ROI.
no, not yet. If it doesn't have enough information, we'll tell it usually like a 5-year or 7-year.
Oh shoot, okay.
It's okay. It might figure it out. Might not. We'll see. Scroll back up a little bit. I wanted to double check a couple things here. So showing here, go down again. I'm sorry. It's giving you the offer ranges here, like because it's at full asking. You have to wait until the tenant LOIs are in and there's entitlement contingencies in place, right? So the best buy-in offer is closer to 2.7.
Okay.
Yeah. Amor, Catherine, Katya, you guys are welcome to join me in 3 minutes over on the Scottsdale Summit website review. We're about done with it. We want to make this the launch day, so they want us to look at it one more time. So in 3 minutes, if you all are able to spend like 15 minutes looking at that thing, that'd be great. So
Mhm.
what does your LOI say here? Let's take a look. Finish value 7.7. Gross
So
ROI on cost 44.9. Well, it was close, 40.5. So I
Hmm.
mean,
just made it.
yeah,
Just
Pass.
made it.
yeah.
Um,
But that's on a 2 year. So if we leveraged, if we did leveraged ROI, meaning a 65% loan to cost, um, our leveraged ROI on the equity is almost at 115, which is a better situation, which is why we're able to get that IRR up at 47%. This is where investors freak out.
freak out good or freak out
Freak
bad?
out bad because IRRs over 30% make them uncomfortable. They think it's
Uh-huh.
too good to be true. So, but this is a tough deal still because you got to get those national tenants, right?
Yes.
So that's not a slam dunk.
So do you market the space to them? Like, do
Yeah.
you try to
Oh
pitch it to
yeah.
them and be like, ooh,
You
check
go
out my
to,
spot right next to a
yeah,
motel?
yeah, because you get the guy out, you pay for an ad on CoStar or you get an agent that's on CoStar and you say we have a pad ready development for National Coffee Chain and let them begin the bidding war.
Okay. Oh, there's tires right across the street.
Yep. And
And
so
then
now
an
you want to
auto
put,
shop, paint and body shop
yeah.
across the
So
street.
now
And
you
they all
want to
need
put
coffee.
competition. You want to get the oil change place across the street. You want to put you want to put a coffee shop across the street. You want to put a,
And
um,
then this used to be an auto body shop right
yeah.
here.
You could
And
probably
then
find out who owns that and take that over too.
It's saying it's
this
an
is a
HVAC right now.
Hampton Inn. Oh, sorry, what were we saying?
I was saying I saw it on the map and it was saying it's an HVAC property where that auto body was.
Oh,
Now
okay.
it's an HVAC property.
And
Yeah.
does that look like a crack?
Yeah. It looks like sewer or drainage. So,
And then this looks like a Miguel's Mexican restaurant.
yeah. So again, like to build that out, you got to come up with what's not in the area and or what is a national chain that is in the area that you can compete with. So find out that tire company's competition, find out if they're busy, and then build a tire shop right across the street from them.
Dang. Okay.
Uh,
That's
uh,
like that's Land Shark vibes.
well, that's called CVS Walgreens,
Okay.
Coca-Cola, Pepsi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know they're getting tires done. They just don't know. They'll be driving down the road and they'll be like, I don't want to make a left-hand turn into there. And they'll turn right into yours. They'll see theirs and then turn right into yours and do yours because it's on the right side of the street. And I have to turn left. Traffic was too busy. I got a flat tire. Psst, pull in. Right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Awesome. I seen your 73 acres as a wedding venue, I think. I hope, I pray because
Yeah, that's what
um,
I put it in. A retreat or wedding venue thing.
yeah, swampland is no fun in Florida. But anyway, all right.
That's in Georgia.
Oh, in Georgia? Well, it's not bad in Georgia. It's just bad country songs come from them types of places. So, um, uh, let's try to figure out that maybe on Monday.
Okay.
But website review happening T minus 10 seconds ago.
Will you send the
I
link?
just added it to everybody's calendars.
Oh, cool.
All
Oh,
right.
okay. I
Yeah.
was like, thank you. Okay.
All right. Everyone have a great day. Heavenly Father, take care of these people and pray to God that these people made good website. Otherwise, you got to take care of them like they're bad people. Amen.
Oh, God. Amen. All right, I'll be on a link.